All right, guys, good morning. Zach here, Underground Strength Gym, Manasquan, boom, Scotch Plains. Manasquan's a little bit of the beach, Scotch Plains, a little bit of rock and roll. All right, want to touch about a few things. We're at the beginning of our fourth week of these outdoor, whatever kind of trainings these are until the governor gives us the green light. And I'm seeing a trend. We've got very few athletes that are showing up ready. That means that we're not doing our online programming, our online training. And even without that, you got to remember, without a coach, you should be doing the warm-up exercises we utilize, which then segues into jump training and sprint training. And then, of course, calisthenics. You can't go wrong doing squats and squat jumps and frog jumps and push-ups. And if you could find a pull-up bar, pull-ups. And I'm not talking about the crazy stuff that's going on. So, there is what's called right now guidelines of return to play, safety guidelines. They've been included in the National Strength and Conditioning Association, the NSCA, for the college athletes and really any athletes. And then we have also NJSIA put something together. But the bottom line is, the first week or two that an athlete is with us, we're around 50 to 60%. And then each week we ramp it up 10%. But even at like the 50%, we've had athletes struggle through the warm-up. So the red flag there is not only are they just physically unprepared, but they're just not eating. You got to go back to our guidelines. You got to have your 3 meals by 3 o'clock, a breakfast, a lunch, an early afternoon snack. That early afternoon snack could be a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with a glass of milk. It could be yogurt with a little bit of trail mix and a touch of honey in there. It could be a banana with peanut butter. So you gotta fuel up. Otherwise, these kids are crashing and burning. Number 2, something we've been doing since day one is we are working around what sport coaches do when they create mandatory workouts. We've had athletes come in, even though really coaches shouldn't be working with the athletes until mid-July, according to NJSIA rules, it's already happening. And it's interesting. So this, yesterday I heard of the workout that kids did, and it was basically unsafe, ineffective, and just not smart. That's the bottom line. I'm trying to put it nicely. It was not good. All right? And then we're training another athlete who's spending the summer with us, and he has a program from his club hockey coach who's from Russia. And I looked at the program, and it's great. And it just shows the knowledge of an American sport coach, no offense, I love America, to somebody from Russia. The sport coach from Russia it looked very much like what we did, minus any kind of barbell work. I guess he's assuming what kids will have access to. But there was medicine ball throws. There was short sprints and sprint repeats for the development of what we call speed endurance. You see, most of these power sports, the coaches send these kids out on, hey, go run a lap or keep running all these suicides. Well, what happens is the kids are not exerting power. And so now it just becomes sloppy. It's not even proper conditioning. And so really only the kids that are very elite in their fitness and are very tough are going to survive those things. So I'm looking at this hockey workout. It's got Bulgarian split squats. It's got throwing medicine balls from various directions coupled with sprinting. It's got jump training, all of the stuff that we do. And that is rare. I've seen stuff like that once every 10 years from a coach, if we're lucky. And I've been doing this for almost 20 years. So we are combating the unsafe and ineffective stuff that I understand your kids have to do as mandatory training. So how do we combat that? You need to have great nutrition, you need to have great lifestyle, and you need to show up with frequency and consistency, because we have to prepare your child for practice, not just for the sport itself. And that's something that a lot of coaches don't think about or they don't understand. So if your kid goes to a high school and the practices are crazy or not that smart, we have to prepare your child for that stuff. So part of it falls on you and your child with nutrition, your child doing mobility at home, foam rolling for soft tissue work, extra calisthenics, sprint work, jumping rope, skill work of the sport. So if you're a basketball player, you're working up and down the court, layup, sprinting, you're doing work. If you're a football player, you're getting together with your friends and working on blocking, working on hand fighting, working on pass rush drills. You're figuring things out. If you're a wrestler, you're wrestling on the grass, you're figuring it out. That's the way of this world, guys. That sports are competitive. You're competing against teammates for the position, and then you're competing against other teams to compete in the games and the matches and whatever competitive, arena it happens in. So we need a lot of these pieces of the puzzle filled. And if your child is struggling during our training at the underground strength gym, then I guarantee nothing else is going on. And now your child is kind of going down what I call the path to injury. So we need everybody on board, all right? If sport coaches are not going to do the right thing, it is the way it is. So, we need sport coaches to reach out to us private strength and sport performance coaches for help. That's the bottom line. I'm a full-time strength coach in a high school. I'm able to work with those coaches, but that's a very new and unique position happening in New Jersey public schools. In the private schools, they have qualified strength coaches for the most part, not always. But in the public schools, it's not happening. And so if you're a parent of a kid and your son or daughter goes to a public school, we would want to be introduced to help that coach and help the team. Why? Because we want to help kids. That's our mission, to help more kids. So when I hear about the workout that these kids did yesterday, that was, if I defined it as stupid and dangerous, that's not what I want my own child to go through. And unfortunately, parents, you don't know. If you've never competed at the elite level of sports, you don't know what your kid's going through. He or she comes home from this practice and says, wow, that was hard. Oh, my son is doing mandatory workouts with the coach, and it was hard. They're training with the team. That's it. We're not going to the underground anymore, blah, blah, blah. We need these kids doing smart stuff. Kids deserve the best. It's a very black and white issue. They deserve the safety. And also, after this quarantine, kids are showing up in very deconditioned, not just physically, but deconditioned mentally. They're not ready for crazy, stupid workouts. So let's work on this together. Let's get the nutrition dialed in at home. Let's have kids working on skills at home. Doesn't mean you can't be a kid. Kids should be out playing. And in that play, you're working on getting better at your sports. That's it. We love you. UndergroundStrengthGym.com, Manasquan, Scotch Plains. Go to the website. Our email is there. You want to sign up for a free trial. Those options are there. We want to help as many kids as possible. Boom. Talk to you soon.